Hello, and welcome to Legislative Report. I'm State Representative Kate Harper of the 61st District in Montgomery County. This show is coming to you from our beautiful Montgomery County Community College campus in Bluebell. We've turned the Science and Technology Center into a senior expo and senior games venue. And we'll be talking to lots of folks who are participating in the senior games this year. My first guest is Phil Brady. Phil, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you, Representative.
All right, Phil, what I'd like you to do is talk a little bit about your job here as chairman of the Senior Games and what the Senior Games are all about.
The Senior Games started 32 years ago by a state representative, George Sauerman, and Parks and Recreation departments in Montgomery County. If you think of it as a big pie or a big piece of pizza, everybody takes a slice and does the work. My role is to coordinate all the work that everybody does. We have volunteers from the local Parks and Recreation departments, state legislative offices, Montgomery County, and employees of the Montgomery County Community College. And that's how we put the games on. We divvy up the work and get it done.
All right, now I want to ask you about the participants. How many do you have this year? What are their ages? And tell me what sports they're participating in throughout the week.
This year's the second biggest games ever. We had 480 athletes, which is tremendous. Usually we get about 425, so we're continuing to grow. We have bocce, pickleball, swimming, running, exercise bike. We have softball throw, very popular golf. Bowling is very popular. It runs the gamut. We have over 20 different activities. Some are held here at the college. Some are held at parks throughout the county. Some others are held at commercial facilities. So we spread them out so that everybody gets something close to home, hopefully. That's one of our goals. Our participants range from anywhere from 50, you can start at age 50, all the way up well into their 90s. We have people winning multiple medals in their 90s and people in their 80s who do 4 or 5 activities a day. So we're very pleased and very fortunate to have so many committed athletes in Montgomery County that come out and have fun.
So where do they come from? All over the county?
Absolutely. In fact, we've seen a lot of growth up in the Harleysville area. We're starting to get people more from the 422 corridor. We're looking to expand into some other areas. We get a lot from central Montgomery County. And keep in mind, our mission in the games is camaraderie and friendship. It's not about winning gold medals. We do have medals, but we want everybody to have a good time and make friends and really enjoy themselves for the week and stay active.
So if you're 90 years old and you're not the athlete you used to be, is there still anything you can do?
We have darts. We have bocce, are both very popular. Maybe croquet we just added last year. We had over 40 people do croquet at the Mennonite Center up in Harleysville yesterday. That was a tremendous event with a lot of camaraderie. We find something for everybody. There's no reason that somebody can't do it, including this wonderful expo we have today. So it's our goal to keep everybody involved.
And this is largely a volunteer event, as you said. So the volunteers come from all over the county as well?
They do, and I'm so glad you asked me that, because this year we set a record for volunteers. More townships sent volunteers to help us run, along with the community college, along with the state offices. So we had more volunteers this year than ever. Another big volunteer source is United Healthcare. They give their employees time this week to come and help run our events. They keep score, check people in, hand out T-shirts. We're very fortunate and thankful for all the volunteers we get.
And finally, as a venue, the community college has been most welcoming for, I think, the entire time. Am I right?
Absolutely. They did some renovations, and we're home now. A lot of our activities are back here at the community college. Our expo, table tennis, shuffleboard, basketball all came back. We had been doing some off-site because they were building this beautiful building. So we are really lucky to have the support of the people at Montgomery County Community College, both facilities and personnel.
All right, and now in addition to the sports that we talked about, the bocce, the darts, the swimming, what have you, on Friday of Senior Games Week, we do something else. So what are we doing today?
We're doing a senior expo. The folks at Montgomery County Department of Aging and Adult Services organized this huge expo. I think we have over 50 vendors. They're all senior-related services, everything from transportation to healthcare to security, legal help, all kinds of different things. You can come in for one-stop shopping, meet with these people, and find out if you need them, what services they can provide for you. We set a record for that, too, with over 50 vendors.
Wow. Okay, so we've had a busy week here at the Montgomery County Senior Games, and we're going to talk to some of the participants and see what they liked about the games, too.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
So I'm here with Karen Felder, a retired teacher from the Methacton School District who now still lives in Worcester, and she's been a participant this week. What sports did you participate in?
Well, I did the bicycle, I will do the walk, I did the softball and the football throw, 2 basketballs outside and inside, and mini golf and par 3 golf.
Wow. So when you were a teacher, did you teach phys ed?
No, I taught biology, but I coached lacrosse for 24 years and then girls softball for another 10 and did some basketball coaching as well.
So you're quite the athlete, and what I would like you to tell the folks at home is, why do you participate in the senior games? What do you like best about it? And do you have any suggestions for us?
Okay, well, I think I like the social aspect. I've been doing this for about 10 years, and I run into the same people every year, and we sort of talk, sort of a year gone by, and we catch up. And that's good. I like the competition, obviously, because I played sports in high school and college. And I don't really have any suggestions. This facility is beautiful, and the way they've set it up with the vendors is great, too. So
in addition to the sports, you're also participating by visiting the people who are here for the Expo.
Yes, I am. And I pick up every year literature and free pens. They're nice.
All right, now I don't want to embarrass you, but I see people walking around here with medals. Did you get any medals, or are you hoping for a medal today?
Well, yes, I got first in the outdoor hot shot and the outdoor free throw, and I got I don't know what I got in the things here, obviously. I don't know what I got in golf. I got I think a first in the indoor hot shot and free throw as well.
So you're probably going to walk around with a bunch of medals like, I don't know, one of those people from the Olympics, right?
Oh, definitely. Mark Spitz.
I was thinking Mark Spitz, and I was wondering if our viewers would remember Mark Spitz.
I think most of them, well, the older ones would.
The people at the senior games would.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to let you get back to the Expo, and I hope to see you later today with your medals around your neck.
All right, thank you.
Here we are with another senior athlete, and we're going to talk about your experience, Joe Peretti, with the games. What have you been doing this week?
So far on Monday, I did pickleball. On Tuesday night, I did foul shooting and the hot shots. On Wednesday, I took a day off, and I was there all day I did ping pong, billiards, and I went to lunch at Pudgy's because that's where they said I was supposed to go. Then I did bowling, and then that night I did the 100-meter run. That was all the running I could handle. And then today, Friday, I did the softball throw, the football throw, and the stationary bike run, and I'm ready for lunch.
So it seems to me that you're quite the athlete, and you're doing well. Did you get any medals out of this week?
Yeah, I think I got medals in everything but the hot shots. I think I got some place in one. Well, considering I was the only one in my age class in a couple of them, it was an easy medal. You know what I'm saying? Well,
good for you. Medal's a medal, and we're not going to tell anybody
right.
that there was nobody else in your class, okay? Now, you're not retired yet, so you're still working. You took some vacation days to do this.
Right.
Was it worth it for you?
Oh, yeah, it's fun. This is the second year I did it. Last year was my first year, and I had a good time. Tried to get my brother to come, but he didn't want to come. So I'll try to get him again next year.
Well, can I ask how old you are?
57.
And you just started, so you'll be back next year?
Yep, I'll be back. It was fun. I had a good time.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Joe. And let's get the rest of your neighbors from Abington to join us.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Senior Games is a place where people run into old friends. We've heard that from several participants. And I ran into an old friend, Joe Millay from Tomenson Township, whose son, Joe III, went to school with my son. And I see you're wearing a LaSalle shirt, but you're here
always
competing.
Loyal.
Always loyal.
Yes, I'm competing in the swimming events. I did that at Greater Plymouth, and then I came today to do the stationary bike for a 3-minute ride, see how far you could go in those 3 minutes. So I think I'm at 2.2 miles, so I think I'm in first place at this part for 65-year-olds in my age group. And there, I talked to a gentleman next to me who's 75, so he's excited. Next year he's moving up to the 80 group, so there's a lot of citizens here, you know, older men.
Right, so I would say there's probably more competition in your age group at 65 and above?
Yes, in the swimming events there are more entrants in that age group, 65 to 69. As you got older, there was less, but at the 50 age group, there were quite a number too, you know. So you don't consider yourself a senior citizen 50, but I guess you can compete here at 50, yes.
Right, the senior games are open to you at 50. Now, you're recently retired. Where did you used to work?
I worked at Montgomery Hospital. I was a pharmacist, and I switched to Einstein. Einstein took over Montgomery Hospital, so I worked 4 years at the new campus, and I'm still a per diem pharmacist there, so I still work 4, 5, 6 hours a week just to keep my hand in the field. Yes.
Well, 4 hours a week doesn't sound like too bad of a schedule. Does it give you time to work out year round?
Yes, and that's why retirement is so good. I do get to ride my bike. I volunteer at the Schuylkill River Trail, and I volunteer at Friends of the Wissahickon in Fairmount Park. So I get to volunteer outdoors, which is nice. Yeah, I do enjoy that.
So most of the time when you're riding your bike, you're outside, but here at the senior games, we do bikes a little differently. How do we do it here?
You do. They set it at a resistance, about a 5 out of 5 to 10, and then they say you get strapped into the bike at the right height, and then they say you go. You got 3 minutes. So the idea is to start fast and hold on, and then not die at the end of 3 minutes, because it's always easier in the first minute than it is in the third minute. So you just try to keep an even pace, and over 2 miles seems to be a good position to be in right now.
Okay, so it sounds like you're in medal territory for the stationary bike. What do you think?
Hopeful. I don't want to say anything presumptuous. But
And
maybe.
we don't want to jinx it.
Yes.
We don't want to jinx it, but hopefully we'll see you on the medal stand.
That would be great. That'd be a good way to start. This is my first game, so it won't be my last. It's a pretty great event, and thank you for sponsoring this.
Great. Good to hear. So I'm here with Frank Custer. Lots of folks know Frank because he most recently retired as communications for Montgomery County, but now that he is retired, he has time to do the senior games. So Frank, nice to see you. What games have you done this week?
Well, I've done. I signed up for a lot of them. I went for quantity over quality, Kate. I did the bowling, I did the exercise bike, the walking, basketball, and the football and softball throw.
Okay, so with all those chances, do you think you're going to get any medals?
Nope.
Oh, no.
I've discovered that there's a lot of 70 to 74-year-old people in Montgomery County who are in much better shape than I am.
Okay, so maybe they've been retired longer and have time to work out. You're going to have to work on that. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I have to work on flexibility, and I need to get my left knee replaced. Those are the two things I need to do first.
So that'll make you a better competitor next year, but did you enjoy your experience?
Oh, this is great. Yesterday during the basketball competition, I met guys that I played against over 50 years ago in high school, and it was just to meet people from the various parts of the county is great fun, and it's a great event or events, and I hope more and more people join it every year.
Well, thank you for saying so, and that's what we're hoping as well. So thanks for coming out. And anything else you want to add?
No, I just want to thank you for your support, and a good luck to everybody who's still competing.
All right, thanks a lot. Now stay with us because we're going to go to a short break, but we'll be back with Legislative Report.
Did you know that Act 16 of 1999 honors one of the greatest leaders in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives? The Matthew J. Ryan Legislative Office Building, once known as the Capitol Annex, is located next to the main Capitol building and honors the late Speaker of the House, Matthew J. Ryan. Those who visit this building will observe the magnificent architectural designs providing eloquence and grandeur to the building. Known as one of the greatest members in the history of the Pennsylvania State House, Matthew Ryan started his career in the legislature in 1963 and was elected Speaker in 1981. His charisma and knowledge will forever be reflected in the building now named after this great legislative leader. Now you know.
Welcome back to Legislative Report. I'm State Representative Kate Harper, and this week I'm broadcasting from the Senior Games at the Montgomery County Community College in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania. On Friday of the Senior Games week, we have a Senior Expo, and we bring together all kinds of people who can provide help, advice, and other services to seniors. So I'm very pleased to be here with a member of the Montgomery Bar Association, Susan Peretti, who's with the Elder Law Committee, and Susan has a very important resource for our seniors. Susan, would you explain what this little book is? I'll hold it up.
Very
and
good.
You just talk to me.
All right, good enough. Thanks so much. This is the Elder Law Handbook, hot off the presses, Montgomery County Bar Association, specifically for our elder community. Wonderful information about various topics concerning our elders. Giving them away free. We gave a number of them, over a couple of hundred away this morning to those who have attended this. And it's a wonderful resource for both elders and their adult children who are caring for their elders.
Right. I often find in my office that it's the 50 to 60-year-old children who have the questions about elder law. Is that what you find as well?
Absolutely, yeah. Because if there's a crisis, mom fell down, broke her hip, or somebody had a stroke, it's the elder clients, but their children, their adult children, who are really needing the information to make the decisions for their parents.
All right, Susan, so the Elder Law Handbook is a book that the lawyers from the Montgomery Bar Association, the elder law lawyers, have written. What kind of topics are in this book?
Yeah, everything from powers of attorney, wills, veterans administrations, reverse mortgages, guardianships, just a plethora of information, really good to give someone a base information. And then if they need that topic, more further information, then they can contact one of us elder law attorneys at the Bar Association or their personal attorney to get further information how it particularly impacts them.
All right, now I'm a lawyer too, and I've heard people complain about how much we charge, but this book is free, isn't it?
It is. It's a wonderful, wonderful resource. Montgomery County Bar Association has just put out, this is the new version. It's been recently revised. I was on the committee that updated several sections of it, and it's available free of charge.
Okay, so if a person, maybe a middle-aged child or a senior, has an issue that, what should I do with my estate, or what do I do with this email I got, or what do I do with this Facebook contact? What should they do about that?
Well, for starters, don't be snookered into giving anybody money that you don't know. You should also, if you have an issue and you have a concern and you don't have an attorney to specifically contact and ask questions, you can contact the Montgomery County Bar Association and they can give a reference to you. If it's an urgent and it's a situation where there may be, an elder abuse or someone is really coming in where they shouldn't be, then of course the elder hotline would be appropriate.
All right, but for other questions of elder law, this booklet would be a good place for people to start. And can you tell the folks where they can get the book?
Yep. Now, in Norristown at the Montgomery County Bar Association, or you can give them a call. You can check on the internet for the phone number or go downtown. It's right by the courthouse in Norristown.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Susan Peretti, elder law attorney and a co-author of this very valuable handbook for seniors. Thanks. All right, I'm standing here with Jackie Baxter of RSVP, Retired Senior Volunteer Program. They're a great resource in Montgomery County, so I'm going to ask Jackie to explain what RSVP does and how people can get involved.
Hi. Yes, we welcome volunteers age 18 and older. We're a volunteer placement agency, and we offer people choices about how they can be involved in their local communities and help, either on a regular basis or an occasional basis. We work with children, seniors, nonprofit organizations, food banks, Meals on Wheels programs, many, many different programs.
Right, now you just said 18 and up, which sounds pretty young to be retired and senior. Am I right?
You're right. We're very fortunate in the fact that we get additional funding that allows us to involve other age adults as well.
All right. Now, I'm familiar with one of the things that you do. I think it's called the Apprise program. It's been very popular with seniors I know. So can you explain what the Apprise program is and how it works?
So it's a state-funded program that is truly independent, offering advice on Medicare, Medicaid options, and prescription drug options too. So people like my colleague Bill here, who is a volunteer, go through extensive training and is entirely independent and can give seniors, anyone age 65 and older, the advice and to make an informed decision about the best plan for them.
So Bill's a volunteer, and he had to get training.
Yes.
And then he offers advice on these various options to other people?
That's correct, exactly. And Bill actually works out of multiple sites in the county, but he's mainly situated around here in Bluebell. But we have more than about 30 other volunteers throughout the county who provide this prize service.
I have to say, we get a lot of questions in my legislative office about people worried about insurance, either for themselves or for their elderly parents, and what kind of options for other plans. Is that something that a prize can help with?
Yes, it is. It's very confusing. There are a lot of options, and of course, when open enrollment rolls around each year, plans change. And so sometimes the plan that was best for you last year isn't going to be the best plan for you next year. So you have to keep up to date on the different plans and the changes and what is best suited to you and your situation.
A lot of seniors think Medicare is good enough. Why isn't it?
I don't know the answer to that.
I bet Bill would know.
Bill would know.
No,
He's the expert. He's had the training.
And that's why people need to go to a trained prize counselor.
Absolutely. They are just a wealth of information.
Great. Now, what other programs do you have that are very popular that you engage in?
Some of our most popular programs involve our younger folk, preschool children and children in elementary schools. We know that if children are not reading on grade level by 4th grade, there's a much higher likelihood that they're not going to graduate high school, and that's going to pose lots of disadvantages for them. So we have volunteer readers in the Head Start preschools and in our public elementary schools throughout the county who will go in and help those students learn to read and improve their comprehension skills that have them reading on grade level by 4th grade.
Okay. Now, I can tell from your accent that you're not exactly from around here, am I right?
You're right. I'm not from around here, but I have been living in Lansdale for the past 18 years.
Okay, great. Now, if somebody's watching the show, and maybe they would love to they have more time now that they're retired, and they would love to spend some time with young children, or maybe they don't have enough grandchildren, they really like little people, what should they do if they want to get involved?
They can call us, they can go on our website, they can Google us, rsvpmc.org is our website address, and so just contact us. We have staff available to talk through all kinds of possibilities and opportunities that we could provide.
All right, that sounds good. And here at the Senior Games, I'm sure you talked to many seniors about the opportunities. Were they interested?
They were very interested, very motivated. This has been a wonderful event.
Good to have you here, and thanks for coming.
Thank you, Kate.
That's about all the time we have left for the Senior Games and the Senior Expo. The Senior Games were started several years ago by State Representative George Sauerman of Ambler. Although George wasn't able to make it to the games this year, the rest of us are here with our staffs and with the Park and Rec departments of our local governments who are helping out as volunteers. As you have seen, we had hundreds of seniors participate in the Senior Games and in the Senior Expo. And we needed dozens and dozens of volunteers. It's a great experience for Montgomery County seniors and the volunteers who help out. In the few minutes we have left, we'll be jumping in our cars to go to the banquet where awards will be given out. Some of the athletes, of course, have already received their medals, and some will receive them later. So stay with us, and we'll show you a little bit of the luncheon, which is a nice way to cap off the week. I want to welcome you all to the awards luncheon, and to just remind everybody just a little bit about the Senior Games. Now, I should probably, 32 years ago, State Representative George Sauerman got the Senior Games started. For those of you who are friendly with George, he's living in Ambler in an Axe community, and he's doing pretty well. I saw him a couple weeks ago at the Kiwanis National Day of Prayer, and he says he wished he could be here, but since he's not driving anymore, that would be a stretch for him. So he started it, and he got all of his fellow state legislators from Montgomery County to help keep it going. We devote staff. It takes about a year to plan the senior games. I kid you not. And they meet regularly with the park and rec departments of the municipal governments in Montgomery County to set up the venues, to get places to do all the various sports and activities, and to make sure on game day that we have people here who can keep time, check you in, and tell you who won the medals. So first thing we should do is a round of applause for the volunteers. I forgot to mention that Aetna provides very valuable support on senior games, and United Health also provide very valuable support on Senior Games Week, because we need so many people to take care of so many events and so many of you. So that's really a great thing, and it's great to see so many of you seniors out here competing. We set a record this year for the number of seniors. Phil, help me with the number?
480.
480.
Yep.
And the ages from 50 to
100.
100. Okay? And I know from speaking to you athletes that if you were an athlete in high school, you're still an athlete at the age of 90. So keep competing, okay? It still matters. I see her. She's part of the program later. Okay, we have the 100-year-old participant who's also a medalist. Wave your hand. Right there. We'll take care of it later, okay? And while we use several venues for the games, perhaps none is so important as the Montgomery County Community College. Am I right? And I would like to give a shout out to Dr. Kevin Pollack, the president of the college, who is here with us today. Dr. Pollack. I think we have a beautiful community college. If you still want to go to school there, as well as being an athlete, you can do it, okay? There are a lot of offerings for people of all ages. Alicia is being honored with a special honor award from the Senior Games for the work that she does for us. The Indian Valley YMCA are key members of the staff that plans this year-round. They hosted both darts and billiards at their YMCA this week. They work so hard to promote the games throughout the county, throughout YMCAs in the county, to get the word out that this event exists. And they helped us add croquet, which turned out to be very popular this week. And I think we got a champion over there, okay? So they also helped bring pickleball to the games. So we're very pleased to give Alicia Fergus an award on behalf of the Indian Valley YMCA. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Now, is Jeremy Neely here? Normandy Farms Estates right here in Axe community. And Axe is being honored, and Jeremy's accepting on their behalf because they are the place where we're eating lunch. Okay, no, they are longtime supporters of the Senior Games, and they also help staff it and plan it year-round. They're hosting us for lunch today, which I assure you, because I've eaten here before, will be great. And they do a lot of work to not just promote the games to people who live at Axe, but also supply the bus that got you here. So can I have a round of applause for Normandy Farms Estates? Thank you. And last but not least, Aging and Adult Services, Susan Wenrick. Susan's accepting an award on behalf of Aging and Adult Services of Montgomery County and helps us get facilities where we can hold the events, helps us get sponsorships to pay for things that need to be paid for, and really ran the Senior Expo this year. I saw people leaving with bags and bags of free stuff. Very cool.
Adult trick-or-treating.
Adult trick-or-treating, yes indeed. Thank you very much. Montgomery County Adult and Aging Services, and thank you for doing it.
Thank you so much.